Women do not care how attractive that you think that you are. And this comment is an example because this gentleman says, I used to get dates 10 years ago. I'm 6 feet tall and I'm a multi-millionaire. He basically says women should want me because I tick all of these boxes. But the reality is that women do not care about your self-assessment or how attractive that you think that you are. Because attraction is never based on what you think that you deserve. It's based on how you make women feel and how women respond to you because of that. And if you're getting rejected consistently, then that should be feedback for you and that should be reason for you to work on yourself and to improve. It should tell you, well, maybe I should do something different. Because arguing with reality isn't going to change anything. The reality of modern dating is not that women have too high standards. Men do not know how to compete in the modern day dating marketplace. Focus on improving your skills in dating and start doing what works. And if you want to learn how to do that, then follow this page. Here's why rich men fail in dating. Because they overinvest way too early in women. They're 2-3 dates in and they're already offering her to go on expensive dinners and take her on fancy trips. And they do that all before she has even invested emotionally in him. And this comes off way too strong, way too soon, and it ruins her attraction. And just because you can spoil her doesn't mean that you should. And that's why early on you keep your investment low in her. Save all of that expensive stuff for later when she has invested in you properly. And follow for proper dating tips.
If this man is fit, socially respected, well-groomed, attractive, and makes $300,000 a year, you have to ask yourself, what do you bring to the table that he doesn't have without you? Because you're asking him to bring a lot to the table. What will you do to make his life better?
Now this one is interesting because men love this narrative. But even if you make 300k per year, but you're not getting laid, then your life is still miserable. Because without intimacy, you will become sexually frustrated. And men will think, well, then I will just pay for intimacy and then the problem is solved. But that is also no solution. Because there's no substitute for getting genuine desire from a woman that really wants to sleep with you. But because men listen to this narrative, they will think, well, money can replace a woman genuinely wanting me. And it won't, because having access to intimacy is not enough. You need to have high desire from a woman. Because only when you get that high desire from a woman, you will really have fulfilling bedroom experiences. And to get that high level of desire, you need to have a personality that facilitates it. You need to know how to flirt, how to tease, and how to lead a woman. And without that, no woman will want to genuinely sleep with you. And then it doesn't matter how much money you have, because it doesn't compensate for that. So don't fall for this narrative. Work on your skills and become that man that women genuinely want, because you become happier as a result of that. And follow for more dating tips. Here's why rich men should stop doing dinners on first dates. Because this instantly puts you in the provider box. You take her to a fancy restaurant and she instantly thinks, well, this guy is leading with money. Even if you're rich, you want to keep your dates simple and cheap, because this filters out the wrong women and makes sure that women show up for you as the guy that you are. Because real interest from a woman does not require an expensive meal. And follow for proper dating tips.
I hate when talentless women get into a relationship with a guy that's built something, they extract, suck them dry, and then move on and go suck someone else dry and take all their energy. I've seen it happen too many times. I tried to save Neon, he didn't listen. Yo, Sam's bad news. Gets rid of her, gets another bitch, does the same shit. Kai Cenat, I called a year ahead of time. I was like, yo, this girl's a problem. She's gonna suck this dry as well, and move on.
Now, I agree with him that it's very sad to see these very famous and rich people end up getting taken advantage of. But the sad reality for all of these guys is that they do not want to be saved. Even if someone that clearly knows better than them shows them the way and warns them, they still wouldn't listen. And the reason that these men do not want to listen is because of ego. And all of their success and their fame and their money, it only makes it worse. Because of all of that success and because of all of that fame, they think that they know everything. And they think that because of their success, they do not have to listen to anyone. So they will just ignore any red flags and they will just think, well, that will never happen to me. And that's how these men, they become naive and how they become very susceptible to predatory women. And blaming women misses the point, because if it wasn't for her, then another predatory woman would have went with him. Until men humble themselves and they commit themselves to learning about women and about attraction, nothing is going to change. Men will keep making a train wreck out of their lives, and they, even after hitting the train wreck, they will still pretend that they will know it better. So there's basically not much that you can do about it anyway. Follow for proper dating tips. Here's why rich men become resentful to women. Because they lack dating skills, and because of that they attract opportunists. They pull in women that see them as a provider, or they see them as a ticket to luxury perks. And it is not love, it's a transaction what's happening. But because they are clueless, they confuse convenience with real desire. And when she gets bored or she doesn't need him anymore, she just leaves. And then he is heartbroken and bitter, and he will just say, whoa, women ain't shit. And that's why you want to become the guy that has proper dating skills. Learn how to spot opportunists and filter them out. And learn the difference between genuine desire and gold digging. And follow for proper dating tips. Now, if this doesn't prove to you that money doesn't attract women, then I don't know what will. Because you see Jeff Bezos standing next to his wife and she looks at Leonardo DiCaprio like, yeah, I want him. And the reason that she looks at Leonardo DiCaprio like that is because Leonardo DiCaprio always leads with his charisma and his personality. And that's why you never want to fall for this idea that money attracts women, because you see that it doesn't. And even if you attract her with your money, then there is a very high chance that you're going to end up like Jeff Bezos. And that's why you don't want to have this happen to you. Become that guy that women have genuine desire for, despite your wallet. Your presence, your charisma, and your personality will always trump whatever numbers someone has in his bank account. And follow for more dating tips. This is the real reason that rich men fail in dating. Because most rich guys will hide behind the excuse of, I'm too busy. They won't say, well, I lack the dating skills and that's why I get no results. They will pretend that they are too busy because they are working on their business. And time is never the problem in dating, it's always a skill issue. Because men with the right strategy and with the right skills in dating, they get results despite having a lot of time for it. Being busy is just a convenient cover. If time was really the issue, then you would have gotten results a long time ago. You don't need more time, you need the right approach in your dating life. Learn the right skills and apply the right strategy. And if you want to learn how to do that, then follow this page. Being 6 foot tall and making 6 figures is not enough for women in dating. And this surprises a lot of men because they have been taught to believe that success will automatically lead to women in their lives. So these men, they work for years on themselves, work on their career, on their health, on their physique, only to figure out that attraction does not work that way. Because women experience attraction purely through emotion. And all of these success metrics, they are great, but only after she finds you already attractive. And that's why this gentleman, for example, he will list off the things that he has achieved without mentioning how women actually feel around him. Because if you want a connection with a woman, then you need to build it emotionally. Your bank account or your career or your height or your chiseled jawline is not going to do that for you. You need to be confident, playful, know how to tease, and have really good leadership skills as well. If the emotional experience isn't there for her, then she's not going to stay. And if you want to learn how to do that, then follow this page. Here's why rich men become resentful towards women. Because most men spend years chasing success because they thought it would solve all of their dating problems. And when they find out that it doesn't work that way, they feel betrayed. And they will feel that the world owes them dating results. And the brutal truth is that there's nothing wrong with women or with reality. The problem is your belief set. You thought that money would be your entry ticket in dating, but you were wrong. Attraction can never be bought with money, it has to be earned. It's your responsibility to learn the right skills in dating, just like you learned the right skills in your business. Even rich men need to learn dating the right way, because there's no shortcut around attraction. And follow for proper dating tips.